This is Mac OS Ken.
A possibly accidental announcement, scratching ceramic shield surface, and guesstimates ahead of Apple earnings. It's Tuesday, the 27th of October, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. Get a free HD camera when you order an all-new system at simplysafe.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Right Side Up, ready with the growth marketing help you need. You've spent a long time growing your business. Are you ready to turn over marketing to somebody else? I didn't think so. Wouldn't it be better to partner with somebody to find the customers you're looking for, or really to help those customers find you? That's what Right Side Up does. They work directly with companies like yours to find the right marketers to work with your team. They specialize in channels like paid search, paid social, and more. And they put their skills to work creating industry-leading practices for Amazon, affiliate marketing, and podcast advertising. Whether you need one person or 5 hours a week, or 50, Right Side Up is the marketing partner you need. And right now, Right Side Up is offering Mac OS Ken listeners a free week of service after your first quarter of engagement when you go to rightsideup.com/macOSKen. That's rightsideup.com/macOSKen to speak to one of their marketing strategists and finally get the customer acquisition and marketing help you need. Go to rightsideup.com/macOSKen. And a big thanks to Right Side Up for sponsoring today's show. It should totally be iPhone 12's week. Yet here comes some unannounced something to get tongues a-wagging and keyboards a-clacking. Mac Rumor says Apple's most recent update for Boot Camp has let the beans out of the bag. Last week, says the piece, Apple released an update for Boot Camp, its utility for running Windows on a Mac. While this update would typically be unremarkable, several Mac Rumors readers noted that the release notes reference an unreleased 2020 model of the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Mac Rumors points out that this could be a mistake. Apple gave the 16-inch MacBook Pro a high-end graphics option earlier this year, but it still calls that machine MacBook Pro 2019. So maybe Apple is accidentally calling that machine MacBook Pro 2020, or maybe Apple has accidentally signaled a new 16-inch MacBook Pro on the way. The next obvious question, will that machine be among the first powered by Apple Silicon? Mac Rumors seems to think not. While it does point to growing rumors of an Apple Silicon event in mid-November, the piece says that transition is expected to start at the lower end for notebooks, such as the MacBook Air, 13-inch MacBook Pro, or possibly even the return of an ultra-portable 12-inch MacBook. If the rumors are true, we don't have long to wait. The oft-rumored date, the 17th of November, is 3 weeks from today. Now, let's get back to iPhone 12 week. When I was 5, I broke a crayon. I remember doing it, and I remember why. My mother was telling my uncle how much she loved these crayons she had gotten me because they were unbreakable. Well, of course, I had to try. I also learned a bit about stated meaning versus implied meaning that day. Here's the thing, though. You tell people something about a thing's toughness, they are practically compelled to put that thing to the test. Which is why Allstate is breaking iPhone 12s. The Mac Observer says the insurance company, which, hey, guess what, also covers devices, has picked up a bunch of iPhone 12s, and then they threw them on the ground. Actually, they dropped them in very controlled ways, trying to see which of the two 12s available now would do better in a run-in with gravity. Perhaps not surprisingly, it was the smaller one. According to TMO, through face-down, back-down, and side-down drops, the the iPhone 12 fares better than the iPhone 12 Pro, and this is likely due to the 12 Pro's heavier weight. According to the insurer, the ceramic shield front cover is certainly more durable, but it is not damage-proof. Good thing they said that. I'd have had to try otherwise. You can see Allstate dropping hundreds of dollars worth of telephony for yourself on YouTube. Yesterday, we heard about a YouTube channel that seriously went after iPhone 12's ceramic shield. Keys, rocks, a box cutter. They couldn't make a scratch. Kind of makes you wonder what T-Mobile's going at it with. Cult of Mac has word of a few scrapes for the ceramic shield, including pics of some big fuchsia demo models. On Twitter, Android police scribe Max Weinbach showed a few pics of some display devices at a T-Mobile outlet, and yeah, their displays look pretty bunged up. Tech reviewer Marquez Brownlee has gotten into a few scrapes too. After just a few days, according to the cult, Brownlee says his new iPhone picked up some scratches on its screen. Then again, the focus may be on breaks, not scrapes. The piece says Brownlee points out that scratch resistance is often inversely proportional to shatter protection. That might not make sense at first glance, but as he points out, the softer something is, the less likely it is to shatter, but the more likely it is to pick up scratches. Obviously, says the cult, it's still early days for the iPhone 12 lineup. It remains to be seen which of those 2 points, more scratchable versus more scratch resistant, emerges as the more common trend. Turning now to the back of the phone, I got so caught up in the rings on things that can be left by Apple's MagSafe charger, I totally forgot to tell you about all the other stuff it can damage. The support doc I told you about yesterday, the one that said if you keep your iPhone in a leather case while charging with your MagSafe charger, the case might show circular imprints from the contact. Yeah, it had a bunch of other warnings too. Like don't place credit cards, security badges, passports, or key fobs between your iPhone and the MagSafe charger, because this might damage magnetic strips or RFID chips in those items. If you have a case that holds any of these sensitive items, remove them before charging, or make sure they aren't between the back of your device and the charger. Also, do not taunt MagSafe charger, and this one's most important, never, ever feed it after midnight. Apple's fourth quarter fiscal year 2020 earnings call is coming up quick, and a few analysts are getting in thoughts and guesses around it. We'll start with some background from market tracker CIRP. Apple Must had that firm issuing a note Monday gauging how iPhone did ahead of iPhone 12 and how retail's working out for Apple in #these uncertain times. On the wrap broads, iPhone SE did well, iPhone 11 did better. According to the firm's findings, the iPhone SE accounted for 22% of U.S. iPhone sales in the September 2020 quarter, with the iPhone 11 series grabbing 64%. Interestingly, more of those sales came through Apple's own channel than during the same quarter a year earlier. Mike Levin, CIRP partner and co-founder, was quoted in the piece as saying, Apple's retail operation increased its share of total iPhone sales in the quarter compared to last year. At 21% of total sales, it was among the best quarters we've seen in the past few years, and definitely the best September quarter, when iPhone customers are typically waiting to buy new models. Levin went on to say Apple increased its share primarily through online sales, which for the first time exceeded retail store sales. COVID-19 disrupted consumer buying behavior, and Apple shut its physical retail shops for a period of months. Apple took share from both mobile phone carriers and Best Buy. Both maintained online sales at 1/4 to 1/3 of total sales. From market trackers to financial folk, Apple Insider has 4 Apple watchers laying guesstimates ahead of Thursday's confab. We've already heard Morgan Stanley analyst Katie Huberty's take that iPhone unit and revenue forecasts are too high. According to the piece, she does note that most important factors in the Q4 2020 earnings results will include Apple's non-iPhone hardware performance, the growth of services, and any potential guidance for the following quarter. She's expecting revenue of $60 billion for the September quarter. That would be close to Apple's June quarter revenue of $59.7 billion. It would also miss Wall Street's expectation of $64 billion in revenue. Cowen & Company analyst Krish Sankar thinks Apple will beat the $64 billion consensus by close to $1 billion. With no new iPhone in the September quarter, he thinks services and sales of hardware, driven by work from home and school from home, will carry the day. JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee thinks Apple will beat the $64 billion consensus by $0.7 billion. He thinks that'll be driven by higher than expected demand for iPhone 11 and iPhone SE. The real emphasis, though, will be on guidance for future fiscal periods in his estimation. One wonders if that includes not offering guidance, something Apple's done for the past couple of quarters. And finally, Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani thinks Apple will miss the $64 billion revenue consensus by $2 billion, thanks to the late launch of iPhone 12. That said, the Mac and iPad will have done well. Additionally, Apple Insider has him thinking that iPhone 12 will drive higher handset demand over the next 6 months. More news in a moment, but first a word from SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. I'm allergic to high-pressure sales. That hasn't been diagnosed or anything, but seriously, I like to do my research, I like to take my time, and I like to make up my own mind. That's one of the great things about SimpliSafe, the way they do business. No contract, no sales push, no hidden fees. You don't even need a technician. Putting up the sensors is peel and stick. Door sensors, motion sensor, base unit, keypad. I had the whole thing done myself in minutes. Get that sorted and SimpliSafe will monitor your home around the clock with security professionals who are there in case of an emergency to send help to your home if and when it's needed. U.S. News & World Report has named SimpliSafe Best Overall Home Security of 2020. Find out why for yourself. Right now, visit simplisafe.com/macOSKen and get a free security camera plus a 60-day risk-free trial with any new system order. There's nothing to lose. Go today to simplisafe.com/macOSKen. SIMPLI, simplisafe.com/macOSKen. And a big thanks to SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's show. Apple TV Plus has offered peeks at a couple of shows coming in a couple of weeks. First, Mac Rumors says the Cupertino streamer has posted a trailer for the documentary series Becoming You. Narrated by Academy Award winner Olivia Colman, Mac Rumors says the series features 100 children from 10 countries around the world. Each episode examines how babies of all nationalities learn to think and speak in their native languages. You can catch the trailer now in the Apple TV app or on YouTube. From a show about children to a show for them, Mac Daily News says Apple TV Plus has released a trailer for the kids series Doug Unplugs. Produced by DreamWorks Animation, the series is based on a series of books. Describing it, the piece says, while other robots plug in for their daily download, Curious Doug unplugs and journeys into the human world and, with his best friend Emma, experiences its wonders firsthand. You can also catch that trailer in the Apple TV app or on YouTube. Becoming You and Doug Unplugs both hit Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 13th of November. And finally today, if you're less about watching and more about doing, Apple thinks it has the phones for you. iDownload says the company has a new ad for iPhone 12 Pro showing off its movie-making skills. According to the piece, it's entitled "Make Movies Like the Movies," and it focuses primarily on the ability for iPhone 12 Pro owners to shoot, edit, and play back in Dolby Vision high dynamic range. The tagline says it's the only camera that can shoot, edit, and play back in Dolby Vision, though iDownload begs to differ. While the ad is for iPhone 12 Pro specifically, the piece points out that the full range of iPhone 12 models can all shoot, edit, and play back Dolby Vision. The Pro ad might be better at it, though. According to the report, the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini can only shoot in Dolby Vision HDR up to 30 frames per second. Meanwhile, the iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 12 Pro Max support shooting in Dolby Vision up to 60 frames per second. If you want to see the ad, you'll never guess where you can. Okay, I'll tell ya. It's YouTube. Coming up in a few minutes, Reticle Research Principal Analyst Ross Rubin talks over new stuff that Apple's introduced over the past couple of months with a side of other tech that really revs his motor. Hear all about it in a few minutes, wherever you get podcasts or on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KenRay. Speaking of which, I'm going live on YouTube today. I'm actually doing that Monday through Friday at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. You can catch it live, youtube.com/KenRay, or you can grab the audio podcast, macOS Ken Live, wherever quality podcasts are served. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Right Side Up, ready with the growth marketing help you need. Learn more at rightsideup.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get a free HD camera when you order an all-new system at simplysafe.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.